Hello, everyone. Today I have with me one of my friends here. His name is Harish Raja, and he has worked extensively for the United Nations. And the reason why he's here with me today is he is on a mission, this time not on a mission for the UN, but on a mission for himself, for his family. He is on a job hunt. And I wanted to give you an idea of what he has done in the past and how he has come to this point he's at. And he's a supply chain expert, but his journey started over a decade ago, maybe more. So, Harish, do you want to give my friends in my network an idea of how your career started and how you ended up working with the UN?
Well, hello everyone. Yes, my journey started with the UN from 2002. It was my first experience with the UN agency, UNDP, United Nations Development Program in Trinidad and Tobago, very beautiful Caribbean island, and it was a one-year contract. So it was wonderful experience to meet with the people from different culture, different backgrounds. My job was to create and maintain the database of PLWHA, means people living with HIV and AIDS. And we did a lot of live seminars, educating people and how we should not be doing stigma and discrimination against people who are with HIV and AIDS. So that was a whole year project. And we had people from, my team, apart from the local, yes, apart from Trinidadians, we had a colleague from Italy, we had a colleague from Belgium, we had our senior manager right away from Botswana. So it was, it was a very wonderful team we worked with. And that is how I completed my one-year project. And I came back. After coming home, for a few months, I was looking for another job, an exciting opportunity, which I found in Middle East. It was into, although it was like a little bit of IT, but more into logistics and training.
Okay.
Which I did. And I was not very much happy with the job I was doing because it paid me well, but job satisfaction was not there. So I keep trying, elsewhere within the UN. And luckily I got peacekeeping mission in 2004, January 2004, to be very precise. I landed in Congo.
Wow.
Democratic Republic of Congo in Kinshasa.
Wow, yeah.
Yes. Very lucky that we have the staff member from 47 nationalities. And it was my first big encounter with people working with such an extensive background and culture.
Wow.
From all the way from Australia to Caribbeans to Africa to Asia. A lot of people. And of course, one staff from the Middle East also. So very beautiful journey. I served there in Congo mission for more than 5 years. At the same journey, I was being promoted also. From volunteer, I became a field staff. Yeah, and that is how I started my journey into supply chain and logistics.
I see.
My main job was to supply rations to UN military and foreign police unit.
Oh, wow.
And I was very lucky that my senior supervisor and the chief of my section gave me a posting. It was of supervisor, and that also a biggest sector where I was catering for more than 6,000 troops for the UN and 9,300 troops for the Congolese army, which we have a special budget, for food. We are supporting them with the food, yes, logistical support.
Wow.
Also, we did logistical support during the elections in Democratic Republic of Congo.
So, I mean, these are they like war areas a little bit?
Yes, most of them are war zones where it's a conflict area, so especially like Bunia and Goma. Bunia, we also have to deal with cannibals, which was really dangerous. We were being shot 3 times, but luckily, the bullets came to the vehicle and I was unharmed.
Wow.
Some scratches, the glass broke and some scratches on the right arm, but it was normal.
Gosh.
And stone pelting is very common in Goma, where
Huh.
my last duty station in Congo before I got reassigned to Minurcat in Chad. So stone pelting, yes, definitely.
Wow.
There was a time when we stayed, it was a civil war. The rebels came from the other side of the country. And stone pelting was very, very common, extensive.
Wow.
But luckily, most of the times I was not hurt.
Wow. So you've got a lot of experience, not only internationally, but also in very high risk areas.
Yes, we stayed 1 week in the office, from morning 7 o'clock, I opened my warehouse. We closed at 12 midnight, and we were sleeping in the office desk. Yeah, sharing the common toilet and bathroom. So it was real peacekeeping those days.
My.
Yeah,
Well,
people
thank you
were,
for your labor of love and your service, because without the boots on the ground, in addition to the military efforts, without your efforts, the military can't do what they do.
yes, and not just military, when there's a situation like this, Phil, we are also supporting IDPs, like internally displaced people, refugees. So
Wow.
we load the truck, those days when war zone is there, we don't get labors. You have to do it by yourself. So we used to load
Mm,
bottled waters, compact ration packs,
my.
mosquito nets, some medicines, cleaning materials, blankets, everything we load into a truck. And I have one national staff. So I have given my armored jacket and flag jacket and helmet to him. I want him to be safe. I can risk my life,
Wow.
but I cannot risk my national staff life.
Wow.
So that was, yes, and we encountered a lot of hurdles. There were barricades.
Mm,
People were angry that why you guys are moving, and we have to explain them politely that these things are your for own brothers and sisters who got stuck in somewhere, and we need to support them with this food and water.
mm.
So then slowly they allow us to move on. So
Wow.
yeah, it was, I risked my life, but to save others. So
Absolutely.
that is a very good job satisfaction. I got it. And since then, I continued my journey with the peacekeeping.
Gotcha. And then you were in Sudan for how
Before
long?
Sudan, I was in Chad for a couple of years.
For two. Okay.
Yeah, a couple of years I was in Chad in the desert.
So your stint with the UN, if you count all the years, how long is it?
19 years plus.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. So you you
Yeah,
you
I joined at a very
decided.
early age, to the UN. I was 26 when I joined in Caribbeans.
Wow. 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 So from Java programmer to Peacekeeper, right? Do you still do any Java programming at all?
No, no, not anymore. The love for Java has gone long back. Supply chain and logistics now is they're running in my blood and veins. So, of course, peacekeeping. Yeah, definitely. If I get another mission, I will be happy to go.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
But
So, friends at the United Nations, if you're hearing this message and you know of any peacekeeping missions that you can send over to Harish, please do that. Find a place to put that below here in the comments in the video. And Harish, you're assuring them that you're ready for another mission.
for sure, for sure.
Wow. 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 So
Love
let's
for
talk.
peacekeeping and to help others will never go, never fade. That
I
will
love
run
it. I
throughout.
love it.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
love it. And, not just the UN, I've got friends all around the world who are in different companies and organizations. And perhaps what you're saying is of interest to some people. I would encourage them to reach out to you. But let's talk about some of your key competencies that you mentioned. If you just want to shed a little bit of light on them so that people who are not too familiar with them will understand what exactly they mean. So what is supply chain, if you're going to define it for us?
Supply chain, in simple words, I will say to supply a product right from the beginning, from point A to point Z, right product at right time at right place when you
Okay.
need it.
Gotcha. Let's
We
talk
also call
about,
it just in time.
yes, yeah,
In
exactly.
in a commercial world or in the private sector, we call just in time.
Got it, got it. Let's
Yeah.
talk about logistics operations. What's
Mhm.
that?
Logistics, it's this word started, for military only. It came to the civil world very late in 80s, after 80s. But logistics, yes, it's not that easy. Logistics, military logistics, especially if you are in a landlocked country, to deliver things is not either you go by road if the terrain is possible. If not, you go by air and you spend a lot of money. So logistics is also we used in civilian as well as in military to supply their needs as per their requirements on time again. So that is logistic operations.
Gotcha.
Be
Gotcha.
it anything, you name it and logistics is there. Anything.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
talk about how this SAP word pops up. Was that the software of choice that was used during the peacekeeping missions?
Yeah, UN has started, using SAP, the ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning software. It's a customized builder software for United Nations only. And in 2016, we started this implementation in the mission. So I
Mm.
was lucky. We used it in UNAMID in Darfur,
Oh,
Sudan.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was in charge of updating the records in the UMOJA system for supply assets and equipments, and also combat ration packs and bottled water.
Mm.
Although I never got the formal training, like I never been to Brindisi in Italy, or not in the mission also where training was provided by the trainers. Only my senior colleague, he teach me how to do my job specific required to update the records.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
manage it very well. And another ERP we are using is in ERMS, Electronic Ration Management System. That is also
Ah.
customized SAP based. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. Very good. And then let's talk about this procurement and sourcing. What did that look like in your day-to-day work?
Uh, Basically, we used to procure. I was a part of the team, of the procurement team, where we used to procure combat ration packs. Earlier, I was being sent, like when we were in the Chad mission, we had the EU troops there. From before taking the UN took over the Chad mission, European Union were there. So I was being sent by my senior manager, who was also a deputy chief mission support. And since he was my former boss in Congo mission, he knew about my quality control and quality assurance skills. So he trusted me and he sent me to the different sectors to go and inspect the condition of these CRPs and if it was good to buy from the EU troops by the time we are waiting from our system contract, because contractor will take few months. It was a huge order of 500,000 CRP pack. So it will take time
Wow.
to deliver it from all the way from Europe in
Mm.
the middle of Africa, that also in the desert of Chad, where it's a landlocked country. Chad is a landlocked country, yeah. So I went on a 14 days extensive mission, flying, hopping and popping one sector to another and checking and inspecting all and taking the reports, preparing the reports, taking the pictures, because they were stored in the severe conditions where the 50 plus degrees the temperature and it's in the sea container, most of them.
Mm.
Yeah. So this was a big challenge,
That's 50
what to
degrees
buy.
centigrade.
Yes.
That's Celsius, right?
Celsius, yes. And even, when
Crazy.
the mission was in the startup phase, we used to get things by air and we used to stand in the airstrip in that hot sun, waiting for the aircraft to
Oh my
offload and
gosh.
then to
Wow.
taking them, loading in the trucks and taking back to our warehouses. It was very challenging.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You are a very painstaking man. And tell me one more time, what would the perfect opportunity in your mind be? Would it be another peacekeeping mission, or would it be maybe something related to empathy? Because you seem to have a lot of that. What would it look like? The perfect.
But right now, I would like to go for both actually, whether it is a peacekeeping mission or in the private sector, because I worked peacekeeping for a lot.
Hmm.
And just to remind you and to other who are watching and listening to our conversations or this video, that all these are non-family duty stations. The
Hmm.
families are not allowed. So now the kids are growing and they need their father.
Oh,
So
yeah.
preference is if I get in the private sector where I can even take my family, that will be my first preference. But if not, peacekeeping, yes, that is my first love and it will always be my first love.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you, Harish, for sharing all of this. My goodness, do you have any tips for someone who encounters a rock throwing person or a cannibal? What do you do? Do you want to give some tips?
This is being recorded, so I would not like to share something which I did, with military. But then definitely rock throwing guys, for them it is a fun, but for us it's our life threatening
Oh
event
my
or
gosh. So
incident.
they find it sport to throw.
Yeah, for them is, or even in some missions, it is the way they express their anger.
Wow.
Maybe the anger is against their government, but they
Mhm.
don't see the government, or they don't dare
Ah.
to stone government or police, local police vehicle. But they know that UN will not backfire on this thing, stone throwing, right?
Mm. Oh, wow. Wow.
So, think about that, others like us who are working in this kind of condition, we also have a family back home. They are waiting for us. So none of these incidents are pleasant.
Mm. Mhm. Wow. Well, for those of us who thought we had a tough job, I think we need to think again after listening to your stories about cannibals and rock throwing and
But
shooting. My
cannibals were only in
goodness.
Congo, not in other missions. So,
Yeah, I mean, just one dose of it is enough. Talk about multiple times. So I doff my hat to you. I'm glad that we're able to discuss and for other friends to listen. Do you have any closing comments? Anything else you would like those watching to know? Put in comment.
friends, please don't get disheartened. But this video and this conversation is to encourage that people, yes, they should participate in peacekeeping mission at all levels,
Mm,
be it even in your own country as a national staff or as an international staff in other country also. This is encouraging. Please do so. And those who are in the private sectors, yes, we have served in INGOs, but that doesn't mean that we are not competent enough to serve in the private sectors. Yes, we are being experienced, we have the skills, we have the education, credentials, and experience. Although we are not into robotics or automation yet, but still
mm,
we have
mhm.
skills and experience to work in the private sectors, especially in supply chain and logistics. So please, those who are watching us, give us a chance also to serve in the private companies.
Great point, Harish.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well,
And
thank you so
thank
much,
you.
Phils.
Appreciate it. And hopefully in the not too distant future, we'll hear from our friends who are watching. And if they've got any leads or they know any opportunities, I'm sure they'll reach out to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Phils. Thank you for your time and thank you for your call. Once again, thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Goodbye,
Thank you.
everyone. And
Bye bye.
hopefully we'll connect soon.
Ciao. Ciao.